Obesity is a problem across the world, and growing levels in children are a particular concern. Now, one province in China is making health a major requirement for getting into a good high school. Children living in Yunnan province in the southwest will have to show that their physical fitness matches their academic skills. Our China media analyst Kerry Allen has been telling us about the scale of the country's obesity problem.
Well, it never used to be a problem, but in recent years it has absolutely skyrocketed to the extent that 1 in 5 Chinese children are obese. And factoring in China's got a huge population of 1.4 billion people, that is a lot. There's a number of reasons related to this. One is that more and more fast food restaurants have come into the country, but also because of people increasingly getting mobile phones and small devices like tablets. They're increasingly sitting down for long periods of time and they're not playing outside.
So that's the problem. So what are the authorities in Yunnan proposing specifically?
Well, they're proposing introducing a points system, which means that children now, much like children in primary school have SATs here in the UK, they have to get a certain number of points in order to then be assessed for which kind of high school they go to. So they do activities like basketball, volleyball, football and running as well, so heavy cardio activities. And if they do particularly well, it means they can go to a better high school.
And I suppose in some countries that might be seen as shaming children, putting extra pressure on them. How's it likely to go down in China?
Not very well, no. But it has been the case that previously, I used to be a teacher in China, that you would see some children who were quite obese, but if they did very well academically, that wasn't a problem. And in fact, they were not the bullies. They were the bullies. They were not the bullied. So people didn't really care that much about how fat a child was. In high school, it's very different. In high school, there is actually in the curriculum already in some schools that you do need to run a certain speed in order to pass your high school diploma. But not in primary school. This is quite unprecedented.
But this policy, I suppose, it's part of a broader policy of getting social credit. Explain what that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this year, 2020, China's been trying to roll out a social credit system, which means that children and adults are seen as being responsible citizens and promoting good moral values in society. So adults are being encouraged less to do things in some provinces like manspreading on the subway, eating food on the subway, but also they're trying to introduce these kind of good behaviours, civil behaviours at grassroots at children's levels. So the idea is that children need to be fit and strong, much like their parents.
That was Kerry Allen.